Life is unpredictable, but how you prepare for the unexpected shouldn't be. Take ownership of your life planning with Policy Genius to help your loved ones have a financial safety net in case something happens to you. Whether to cover debts and routine expenses or even invest the money and earn interest over time. With Policy Genius, finding and buying life insurance is simple. You can compare quotes from top insurers and could find coverage that fits your needs and your budget. Plus, they offer life insurance policies starting at just $276 a year for $1 million in coverage. It's an easy way to feel good about and plan for the future. No wonder Policy Genius is the country's leading online insurance marketplace. Don't wait for life to make other plans. Protect your family today. Head to policygenius.com to compare top-rated life insurance policies, get your lowest quote, and make a smart move in under 10 minutes. That's policygenius.com.
Hey everybody, it's Nicole Byer here with some hot takes from Wayfair. A cozy corduroy sectional from Wayfair? Yeah, that's a hot take. Go on and add it to your cart and take it. A pink glam nightstand from Wayfair? Scalding hot take. Take it before I do. A mid-century modern cabinet from Wayfair that doubles as a wine bar? Do I have to say it? It's a hot take. Get it at wayfair.com and enjoy that free shipping too.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Welcome back to Used to Sew.
Hey, I used to sew. I used to sew. Well, what did you use to sew? How did I get mixed up with sewing machines in the first place? I mean, like, what a weird thing. Even on my dull persons group on Facebook, sewing machines wins. Quite a bit. Watching paint dry is still always tops, though. But how did I get involved with sewing machines? They were part of my childhood upbringing, but how did I get involved with selling them? Okay, everybody was around sewing machines when they were a kid in the 60s, right? Everybody's mom had a sewing machine, blah, blah, blah. Well, I became a musician. You don't become a musician, you are a musician. I found a way to get paid. Let's talk about it like that. I became a professional musician. I was a bass player in a variety of bands, and one of the bands that I was in the middle 1980s was a band the kind that's, hi, welcome to the Starlight Lounge. We're Kaleidoscope. We're going to be playing a spectrum of sound for you tonight. Oldies, goodies, classics, and standards. If you have anything you'd like to hear, please let us know. We're going to start out with one from Joe Beam. This is called The Girl from Ipanema. Dough and ten. Yum, 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 yum. So anyway, these were in fancy hotels, right? People are drinking martinis. There's a dress code. We're playing jazz. We have to dress, a certain way. There's gold lame jackets and matching tuxedos and slinky gowns. And that stuff's expensive if you go buy it. And myself and my keyboard player, she was, let's just say, Dolly Parton didn't have anything on Rose. And I was much smaller then, but I've always been short. So trying to buy ready-made fancy evening wear that didn't need by the time you paid someone to alter it, oh my God. And we're playing every weekend, sometimes twice a weekend, sometimes a whole week at a time. You can't wear the same clothes all the time. This was back in the smoking days, people. You don't want to be alone in the room with your clothes after a gig. I always hung mine out on the balcony. Anyway, Rose sewed. Rose is my keyboard player. Rose had a sewing machine. And she first decided, wait, I think I can make matching ties for the guys in the band, 2 guys and 2 girls. Well, let's make the girls some matching jackets. So now we've got blue lame ties and blue lame jackets, and boy, don't we look spiffy. Too bad band photos were still 8x10 black and white. We knew they were blue. She says, do you sew? And I'm like, I really want to. I have a sewing machine. I've made a few cotton dresses, but I've never sewed any of this kind of stretchy, boingy, flashy, twirly, sparkly stuff. So we went to the store, the fabric store, and we ordered some stretchy, boingy, swirly, boingy stuff. And we made some vests and some jackets, and it looked pretty cool. And She showed me a lot of stuff, showed me how to run a buttonhole machine. I just had a really cheap machine that I had bought from a Montgomery Ward's, I think, because I had more credit than cash. Ha, 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 ha. I'll have to be 21 again. 20? 21. We went to the fabric store, as we often did, because recreational fabric shopping has always been a thing. It's the 80s, the height of consumerism. Eugene had 3 chain fabric stores, big ones, fabric department stores. I'm talking fabric, not crafts like today. There was a craft aisle. We're talking fabric. Oh, I love the smell of fabric in the morning. Good morning. Welcome to the name of my store. We walked in and there was a sign, help wanted. Well, like a job, sewing machine, sales and service, part-time. Like a job, like pay me and stuff. It's like during the daytime. People aren't smoking in here, are they? No, you can't smoke around fabric, you idiot. Rose is like, apply, put in an application. I don't work during the day. I play music at night. I could have a little part-time day job, 15 hours a week, $4 an hour plus commission. Wow. Well, I got hired pretty much on the spot because I knew like a screwdriver from a pliers and actually knew how to sew. And I had my, hi, welcome to the Starlight Lounge persona going full blast. Of course, it was spring. It was mania time. Wow, I can do anything. I can get a job. I've never had a job. I've always been a musician since I was 17 years old. I get paid in cash at the end of the night, and I hang my clothes on the balcony because they reek of other people's cigarettes. A job? Like, with a paycheck? So that means I'd have to get a bank account. Oh, wow.
Adulting.
Adulting. That's what you guys call it now.
It is. That's the millennial experience. You go from babysitting and dog walking, and then suddenly you have to figure out like a bank account and student loans. And yeah, the credit card offers start coming years before you're old enough to sign up.
Oh, my God. I wasn't that wasn't so bad back then. Credit cards, you still had to go to a bank and get them. My first one, see, you brought it up. Once you have a job, you can get credit cards. Oh, my God. For a kid who grew up poor, capital P, credit cards were free money. The fabric store I got hired at was at a mall, and all the big stores had credit cards. Now, not like Visa and MasterCard, but stuff like Lane Bryant, JCPenney. Sure, I'll sign up. Yeah, I work in the fabric store right down. Yeah, they hired me because I can take things apart pretty good and squirt oil and say, hi, Mrs. Customer. Would you like to see a serger? I didn't know what a serger was. They were pretty new. First day on the job. Oh, my God. I got a job. I gotta wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning. I just went to bed at 4:30. Okay, get up. Gold lame jackets were not gonna be it. Blue ties. No. The makeup would be all different. The hair, we should do something with the hair. Haircut. This is the Sunday before the Monday I start the job. In the mall, I go to JCPenney. I apply for a credit card. I get 3 skirts, 3 blouses, 2 different pairs of shoes. All these are in solid colors. I'm thinking mix and match. Adulting again. No shirts with band logos on them. No jeans. Nylons? Okay. What size? Credit. Hey, $50 later and still $150 open credit. Oh my God, free money. I could buy something new next week. I haven't even been to work yet. But everybody knows the fabric store. Oh, sure. First day of work, I walk in. The boss looks at me. The boss is an older woman. She smells like other people's cigarettes. She has big teeth. Hi. Well, let's get started. I'm going to sell sewing machines. Singer sewing machines. Singer, not just any sewing machines. Singer. Everybody knows that a sewing machine is always a Singer. The big red S Singer stores in every town. Oh, yeah. Well, now it's not a Singer store. It's a kiosk inside of a fabric store, but it's still run by Singer. It has separate paychecks, separate boss, separate rules. I don't have to wear a green apron, but I do have to wear nylons.
Not the nylons.
And a skirt.
Not the skirt.
And makeup and hair. You're supposed to look professional. Wait a minute. This is a part-time job, man. I look professional. At midnight. You look professional for midnight. You don't look professional for 10 a.m. So I got a haircut. My hair had been mid-back dyed jet black, which is not my natural color, but it looked good on stage. Hi, welcome to the Starlight Lounge. Bright red lipstick. Gotta go. Let's go with a little shaggy. Remember, it's 1985. How about a little short two-tone frosted thing? Oh, new glasses? Yeah. Okay. Hi. Do I look corporate now? So here I was, 21, first day at work. She sits me down at this cabinet with the space shuttle. Well, there wasn't a space shuttle. Not yet. It was Apollo. It was huge. Buttons, knobs, dials, winking red lights. It has a computer. It's computerized, she says. Yeah, I see that. Guys, ATMs were still kind of new, okay? Phones had dials. I mean, buttons if you were fancy. This thing was blinking red lights at me. She hands me the instruction manual. Thump. I expect you to give me a demo pack by noon. It's 9 a.m. I've got 3 hours to learn how to fly this thing. In front of customers. Oh, my God, the doors open and they're pouring in. Because, of course, it's 1985 and everybody's making things. And here I am reading the instruction manual. This is Singer. This machine is still made in the United States. Andersonville, South Carolina, actually. And the instruction manual is in native English only, with pictures. Oh, good pictures. How to thread. 3 hours later, I handed Gail a demo pack. A demo pack is a set of 7 pieces of fabric, different fabrics, each one demonstrating something the machine does. And you had to learn this for each machine. And she looked at me and she goes, "Not only did you show up, you're not stupid." As I got to know Gail, I realized that was high praise. Gail had worked for Singer since the 1950s. She was later on in my employment there, she got promoted to management. But if you know anything about Singer, in 1986, Singer sold their sewing division and to concentrate on aerospace and electronics. And it was felt all across, I mean, the Singer universe collapsed. The products became different. Pay structures changed. A lot of things changed. The wonderful old trade-ins that I got to see every single day didn't change. But back to that first day of work. Now, Gail went home at 5:30 and the store was open till 9. I was there to cover the last bit of time because there was usually no sewing machine customers. Maybe somebody wanted to buy some bobbins or something. But she told me to sit there and study the parts manual, learn the machines, learn all the models, what year they were from, the basic stuff about them. So I sat there. The store music was playing. All the things that I played at the hotel on the weekends were on the store music. Oh, okay. Well, I know that one. That's key of E flat. I can hear that. Looking at the parts manuals. Ding dong. The door opens. And the customer is coming towards me. She has stepped onto the green carpet. My department. I just vacuumed that. Who's a customer? What are you going to do? Hi, Mrs. Customer. Welcome to House of Fabrics. Can I help you find anything? And even though it was my first day of work, I've been standing in front of people and being personable. And I mean, I don't have any trouble talking to people when I've got the suit on. Like I'm doing a role. I'm either the bass player, the keyboard player, or the sewing machine salesperson. Hi, Mrs. Customer. Welcome to House of Fabrics. I want to buy the best sewing machine you've got. Wait a minute. Gail had me start at the top. That's the one I did this morning. That's the only one I know. I'll show her that one. So I sit down to do a demo, and she goes, oh, you don't even need to show it to me. I just want it. I'll take it home and figure it out. But I just want the best one you've got.
Easiest sale ever.
I'm like, it's $1,199. Do you take Visa? Yeah? Okay. I want this big cabinet, too. $900. I'm good. I need to call my boss. I need to call my boss and make sure we have that in stock right now. Inside, I'm going like this. And outside Mrs. Customer, I'm like, that's a fine choice. This is 100% Baltic birch. I'll be right back. I'm going to go make sure we've got that in stock. You want to sit down right here? Here. Tap, 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 tap. And little floors run to the back room. I'm the fabric manager says, you're the new person, right? I go, customer. Phone. Yeah, Gail. Do we have a 6268 in stock? I don't really know the stock room yet. Where would I look for it? Yeah. I think I can handle it. Okay. Oh, yeah. Bye. How do I fill out the sales ticket thing? It's like a freaking census. What? Model number, serial number, customer name. Right about then, because I've worked in bars since I was 16, I can sense that my customer really wants a drink. I said, you could give me your credit card and I could finish all this paperwork. And I can't remember the name of the restaurant. It was a popular Mexican restaurant in the mall right next door. Well, how long is that going to be? I said, about 15 minutes. And I can help you load it into your car and everything. Okay, I'll be right back. When she came back, she was really calm and she smelled a Pinot Noir. Oh, I'm so happy to have this sewing machine. My husband just bought this new house and he said, here's your sewing room, honey. And because I've worked in bars since I was 16, I could sense that this was a country western sort of marriage. Don't come home a drinking with loving on your mind and things like that. But the music was playing soft jazz and I'm writing a sales ticket for over $2,000 because she wants bobbins and needles and lube. No, this machine doesn't take any lube. Oh, I want it for my old machine. I'm going to give it $12,239. Hands me your credit card. I mean, I have her credit card. I haven't ran it yet. I just take a stack of papers to the machine. Oh, fuck. How do I run the cash register? One of the fabric seller people in a green apron came over, operated the cash register for me. I gave Mrs. Customer the pink copies and had her sign things and fold things. And she even took the service agreement. Oh, my gosh. Then I loaded it all into her car. And she just didn't really seem very excited at all, even as I'm huffing and puffing with this huge cabinet. It weighs 300 pounds, but I've got a dolly with a strap. And the stock boy, bless his little heart, helps me load all this stuff into her great big Chevy Suburban. She drives away. Oh, my husband will note it when I get home. It's the most nonchalant. I've had people freak out over a $5 pack of bobbins. This is later, after I've worked there 3 years. I always remember this first customer. Her name was Charlotte. And she was just so nonchalant about spending $2,200 and just walking in and not even didn't even want to see it sew. It's like buying a couch for this new house that my husband just bought me a new house and it's got a sewing room. So I need to put furniture in it. So I want the best sewing machine and cabinet you've got. And I don't know if she ever sewed on it. I never heard from her again.
She never came in for fabric or notions or maintenance or...
Never saw her again.
I bet it never got sewed on.
And sometimes I find machines when I'm out thrifting, machines that are 50, 70, 80 years old, that look like that poor 6268 that I saw. What was it called? The Ultra Unlimited was its name. And with a huge cabinet, it had a name too. I don't remember. But yeah, people would get these things as like furniture. but never actually use them. But they wanted to have the best one.
For the look, for the aesthetic, for the gram, as we would say.
Oh, yeah, you guys. But like, if you invite ladies over for tea and they see that you've got a brand new Singer 101, the all electric. Not only do you have electricity, you've got modern appliances. Appliances weren't a thing.
Right.
Lights, fan, radio, sewing machine. Oh my gosh. Back when women had to sew every day, yeah, we want to do it faster. I run some of the old ones, they plug into a thing in the ceiling. They're so old. But yeah, ones that you run across that I have seen them in thrift stores, the original paperwork is still in the drawer. The needles are not opened. There's no lint. It's never been sewn on.
It was only ever looked at.
Yeah, it's like the garage find for classic cars. When an old person, an old lady from this generation passes on, and they take all the stuff out of the house, and sometimes it's a huge sewing room with stuff, lots of machines and patterns and quilts and just stuff, and sometimes it's this lonely piece of furniture. It looks like a desk, but there's this lonely sewing machine sitting inside, folded down, that has never been sewn on. That's like Toy Story, where the prospector never gets played with. It's terrible.
It is exactly like the prospector.
Yeah. So, yeah, the sewing machine song, that's the part 2, the machine that never got sewn on because it was just a status symbol.
Just a status symbol.
You're the Cadillac, you're the best, but you never get to prove it.
I mean, we wouldn't want to get any damage on you. We wouldn't want to depreciate the value.
Even now, people with their little precious featherweights especially, they have them repainted. They spend thousands of dollars. Do you ever sew on it? Or do you just decorate the case and they're named and they have birthdays? And it's kind of like poodles, but they don't piss on your ironing board.
Well, I mean, that is an upgrade, I suppose.
And I have one featherweight that's mine, and it's really funky. It's missing pieces. The paint job's terrible because I did it myself, but it makes me happy to sew on it, and I sew on it a lot. I have another one that's in pieces that's going to get repainted and rehomed. Some people collect them, and it's kind of creepy. In my humble opinion, collecting cars, guitars, records. I mean, it's a natural human urge, but man, I have seen people with garages full of sewing machines, garages full of only featherweights. And it's like, somebody fill me in. Why? I guess if you got the room and the money, and it's a lot of people wind up turning them into museums, which is kind of cool. You share your passion with the world, teach people about sewing and sewing machines. So I'm sorry, sometimes I get judgy because I'm a few bobbins short of a full accessory kit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, this whole story was just so much undiagnosed autism, just everywhere. Just every piece of the story was like, what in the undiagnosed case study?
The fact that it was in spring, which is my high mania time, and also this whole job thing coincided with a special interest. I've always been fascinated with sewing machines ever since I was a little kid. Just had nobody to teach me about them. My aunt gave me one. It had no instruction manual. She wasn't around. I didn't know how to thread it. I really wanted to sew. I wound up sewing by hand. I wanted to sew so bad. So, yeah, I get a little misty-eyed at the thought of maybe some 12-year-old kid out there wants a sewing machine. And you know anybody that wants a sewing machine? Like somebody who's poor who, wants a sewing machine? My God, they're everywhere. They really are. Don't buy a new one at Walmart. That's disposable crap. There's all these wonderful machines built in the age when things were supposed to be fixable. And you know what? They are. Still.
All the machines in the sewing, well, not the serger, but all the sewing machines in the sewing room are quite old and quite sturdy and quite...
Oh, your serger's from the 1900s, kid.
Oh. Well, there you go then. They're all very old and very repairable.
Machine store. What? Months ago, and I didn't recognize sewing machines. I saw the space shuttle. Only now it's got touch screens and biosensors and the little thing that beeps when your bobbin runs out. Now, that was a brand new thing on top of the line machines. When I sold the Ultra Unlimited, it had a little red light. The bobbin's getting low. Oh!
So you didn't have to play bobbin chicken.
Well, not only that, but the throat plate thing had a window in it, and the bobbin was clear. I mean, we're talking idiot-proof here. Mm-hmm. Part of that was because you could program the machine to do all this fancy hoo-ha, and you want to, like, make sure you got enough bobbin thread. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I've seen some modern machines where you can, like, load up stuff in the computer and then put it in a thumb drive or hook it up to USB to your sewing machine, and then it basically does stuff for you. I mean, this is more of like a embroidery and quilting kind of thing, but like still I mean, you were talking about like electrification and adding, a light to a sewing machine and how that's an upgrade. Now you can plug it into your freaking computer.
Oh, Singer's patent was in 1851, and it was, starting Reconstruction time, 1870s through World War II, is like everybody sewed. And what kind of machine you had as a woman, what kind of car you had as a guy. And it's even weird how the styling, the aesthetics of these things follow along. If you look at a picture of a Cadillac from 1958, and then you look at a Singer Slant-O-Matic, there's the same design elements. The tail fins, the slantiness.
You got to have an aerodynamic sewing machine,
Oh, it's speedy. It's space age. We're talking space age here. The design of machines from...
Everything needs fins. Everything's better with a fin.
And lots of chrome. The Japanese totally embraced that. They're two-tone, chromed out, a million stitches, heavy as hell. And those machines are awesome. But again, so many people underestimate them. They didn't take care of them. They're even kind of rare. Those really weird ones. I like them, but I don't have room for them right now. I'm kind of topped out at 15, and I live in an RV, and I have them stashed here at Aradia's house. No, I'd moved those all, and then they were stashed at your brother's house, and now I actually got the old man to build me a shed. And now I'm negotiating to buy yet another sewing machine because I have to have a 101. I just have to have a 101. They're the precursor to the 201. Everybody loves the 201, but I like the 101 because it's weird, scarce, rare, vintage, persnickety. Maybe I'm going to go pick it up this afternoon. Well, I looked them up on eBay, and by the time you buy the machine and the shipping, I mean, this one's from Mike at Stagecoach Road Vintage Sewing. Only the finest weird old machines. I remember when I taught him how to fix machines. Now he's like off on that. Totally cool. Anyway, that's enough blah. Meow. Bye.
Used to Sew is a production of Fox and Raven Media. For more podcasts from Fox and Raven Media, visit our website at foxandravenmedia.com.